Hello again. My name is Don Peace, and I am the president of the United School Employees of Pasco. I am here today in this video because we wanted to ensure all teachers had an accurate understanding of the district's new plan to raise money locally by significantly changing what has been a 40-year teaching history by implementing the following. Increasing the teacher workday for all teachers by 30 minutes per day from the current 7.5 hours to 8 hours per day. Requiring all secondary teachers to give up their contractually guaranteed planning period during the student day and somehow adding this time to the before or after school day time period. This means all secondary teachers would be required to teach 6 of 7 periods per day with a lunch break of 50 minutes. Requiring all secondary teachers to carry a student load of 150 minimum. The trade-off? All teachers would receive a salary adjustment of $3,300 next year. Yes, a one-time pay increase in exchange for a permanent increase in your work hours and for secondary teachers, your workload. Now, to be fair, it is true that the legislature has been less than kind to schools in Florida, with reduced funding each year and increasing accountability. This has made salary negotiations very difficult the past 5 years, and therefore the district is seeking creative ways to generate funding locally. Trying to be creative is appreciated, but this plan would essentially require more work and more work time for a disproportional salary adjustment, and therefore we believe it is not a salary increase. Having said this, and in trying to ensure a true apples-to-apples comparison to the teacher's work schedule in Hillsborough, here are the facts. Yes, Mr. Browning was correct that teachers in Hillsborough do work an 8-hour day and 198 days per school year. That's accurate. However, a very important point Mr. Browning missed is that teachers in Hillsborough actually teach 6 of 8 periods at the high school level, not the 6 of 7 he is promoting. This is extremely important as Hillsborough teachers still get a full 50-minute planning period during the student day, meaning in addition to lunch, they get a planning period and a break from students. This is not being suggested in the Pasco plan. Secondary teachers would teach 6 of 7 periods with only a lunch period to break the day. Protected planning time. Teachers currently receive 150 minutes a week in Pasco that cannot be taken for meetings, conferences, etc. In Hillsborough, that number is 216 minutes a week. However, unless there is some provision that has not yet been presented, under the new plan in Pasco, teachers would not receive any protected planning time. Additionally, the superintendent has not mentioned that Hillsborough schools have early release days each and every Monday, meaning students leave 1 hour early every Monday. This provides teachers with an additional hour per week of planning time. There is no suggestion of this happening with the new Pasco 6 of 7 plan. Teachers would not lose PLC or planning time under this new plan. It is our belief that it may be possible to add some time for PLCs or planning before or after the school day. However, we've heard from many teachers that this additional teaching time would be very difficult physically and lead to additional fatigue, an issue that was met with disregard during a recent school board meeting. Finally, you should know that your union, USEP, is fighting to demonstrate to the board that there is money for real raises this year and not trying to camouflage salary increases over the next 2 years by increasing the workload on all teachers. Do you really feel this new idea is an improvement in your work life? We believe all it really is paying you for is additional work time. That's not a true salary increase. We are very concerned that this new plan pits elementary teachers against secondary teachers, and it does not address any salary increases for SRP at all. We feel that the focus has been misplaced and we need to prioritize best practices for our students. Cramped and crowded classrooms do a disservice to our students, do little to optimize the learning environment, and becomes a major safety concern should an emergency arise. USEP feels that the burden for coming up with additional dollars for the legislative shortfall should be presented to the voters in the form of a ballot initiative, a referendum to augment the general revenue, rather than to place this burden on the backs of a portion of our teachers. We are asking all teachers in SRP to attend next Tuesday evening's school board meeting at 6 p.m. in the Land O'Lakes boardroom, as the board is scheduled to formally vote on the district budget for 2018-19. Please wear red to support public ed.